What's going on, everyone? When it comes to Russell Westbrook and the Los Angeles Lakers, there are many questions about the upcoming season. Is Russell Westbrook going to ride it out for a year, play with the Lakers, hopefully they can make it work, and then he becomes a free agent next year and goes somewhere else? Maybe it works and the Lakers retain him for a cheaper price. Not out of the realm of possibility, right? I mean, that's what we have at this point. Russell Westbrook is still a Laker. The other option is, will he be traded? Is he going to get traded in the Kyrie Irving trade? Will he get traded in another trade? What will happen with Russell Westbrook in this upcoming season? And we are even getting conflicting reports when it comes to Russell Westbrook, right? Woj says that Russ wants to work it out and he wants to try to have success in LA and win a championship in LA. That he's, been in 4 teams in 4 years, and it's tough on him, it's tough on his family, and he doesn't want to have to keep moving around the league. He wants to find that stability. And the Lakers were that place for him, right? That was home for him. It was the place that he wanted to be. It was the place that he was most excited to go to. And it looked, all signs pointed to Russell Westbrook riding it out for another year, and then we'll see what happens. Big three of LeBron, Davis, and Westbrook. Would they be able to make it work? Darvin Ham, could he figure out a way to make Russell Westbrook effective? Now, Russ, don't get me wrong, he was a part of the problem, but he wasn't the main problem in LA. A lot of people use Russ as the scapegoat, but he was never put in a position to have success, right? I mean, the whole reason the Lakers went and got Westbrook was to allow Westbrook to be Westbrook, so LeBron didn't have to do as much. And so that way, when LeBron missed 26 games that season, Westbrook could be the guy. Or, LeBron, sits on the bench or plays 20 minutes or whatever. Russell Westbrook could be that guy. But it never happened. I mean, Frank Vogel did him no favors. No schemes were ran. The ball was taken out of his hands more than it wasn't. Russ was relegated to being a corner spot up 3 guy. And then how is he supposed to be that player? How is he supposed to be Russell Westbrook when nothing points to him being Russell Westbrook, right? And I mean, how many times do we see Frank Vogel run Rajon Rondo, LeBron James, and Westbrook for minutes and minutes at a time on a regular basis? And then when Rondo left, what happened? We had THT, LeBron, and Westbrook. What was the point of bringing Westbrook? The whole point of bringing Westbrook was to alleviate LeBron. So I understand you got to have them play, in the starting and, maybe play towards the end of the game or, a couple minutes together, but they shouldn't be playing the bulk of the game together. The whole point was for them to play individually. And so that didn't do any favors for us. And a lot of people say, yeah, but he, was missing layups. He can't shoot the ball. Like, everyone knew what Russell Westbrook was when they got him. And the thing is, too, is that Russ is never going to be a great shooter, but we've seen him be effective. We've seen him be that guy. When LeBron and Anthony Davis sat out, Russell Westbrook was a 30-point triple-double guy for the Lakers. Almost single-handedly won a couple games for us. But when you are constantly put to the corner and you don't get to be effective and you don't get to be Russ, and then it's like, okay, we need you to turn it on, it's hard. You see players, they need warm-up. They need to get in rhythm. They need repetition. It's really hard for anybody, no matter how great you are, to just turn it on and then turn it off. For Russ, you're going to go sit in the corner for the next 10 minutes and just stand there, and LeBron's going to go to work. And then, okay, now these next 3 minutes, we need you to go and get us 15 points. Like, I haven't even touched the ball in the last 10 minutes. What do you mean? Like, it's hard for players to get in rhythm. You got to work out a scheme. And the hope is that Darvin Ham can figure out that scheme. Now, the other report that would be conflicting, because like I said, there are conflicting reports, is that Russell Westbrook and the Lakers are gone. Like, they are inevitably splitting ways, whether it's via trade or buyout or whatever, that Russell Westbrook is not going to be on the Lakers, that he wants out. He even fired his agent over it. All of that stuff, right? We've heard all the reports. Reports even came in today that Russell Westbrook and the Lakers are going to part way. It's a matter of when, not if. And so you have these two conflicting sides. And again, Russell Westbrook, all intent and purpose, he was going to be on the roster this year. And then we had the trade rumor for Kyrie Irving, and that just ruined everything, right? And not in a bad way, right? I mean, we all want Kyrie Irving on the Lakers because it's just a much better fit. Kyrie Irving provides everything the Lakers need as opposed to Westbrook. Now, I still think Westbrook is that dude. I think wherever Westbrook ends up, he's going to be a 30-point, 25, 30-point a game guy. He's going to get you damn near a triple-double, all of that stuff. He's just not a third option guy. And that's the problem. He went from being the number one option his entire career to being the number 3 option. And I understand when he was on OKC, Kevin Durant was the number 1 option, but Westbrook shot as many shots as Kevin Durant, and he had the ball in his hands 90% of the time, all that stuff. Russ has always been Russ his entire career. And to go from that to the number 3 option, anybody would be having a bad year. Anybody would have an adjustment period. But it's a lot easier when you fit as a 3rd option. Kyrie Irving is very likely going to be the 2nd or 3rd option on the team. I think Anthony Davis would still be the number 1 option, but I think Kyrie Irving would allow LeBron to not have to be that guy night in and night out. He could kind of take nights off, not entirely. I mean, he's still going to get his 20 points a game because he's just that great and he's just that intelligent and is going to figure out ways to score, but he doesn't need to go get you 30, 40 points for you to win. He can kind of just play the magic role and let Kyrie and AD kind of eat and get theirs, and then he'll get his points, throughout the game, putbacks, just drive into the paint, getting the and one, stuff like that. That's very likely what we will see. But this trade essentially ruined any relationship with the Lakers and Westbrook, because Westbrook now knows, yeah, you didn't want me, but I'm still here, so let me write it out. And now it's like, no, we're trying to do whatever it takes to get rid of you. And now it's like, okay, so fine, I want to be gone. I want you to trade me. I want you out of here. And if the Kyrie Irving conversation was never a conversation, I think we'd be seeing a different type of reports as far as Westbrook and the Lakers. I mean, we've seen Darvin Ham say all the right things. I think that's just Darvin Ham being the salesman. He's trying to show face. You can't say yeah, we want Westbrook gone, because you don't know if he's going to be on the team next year or not. And as of right now, he is a Laker. He is on the team. So you have to present it as if he's going to be the guy that is, leading the charge with the Lakers. So I do think that this trade, regardless, has really muddied the water for both the Nets and the Lakers, right? Kyrie Irving relationship is very likely impenetrable. Same thing with Westbrook. At this point, I just think this trade is a matter of when, not if. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. I just think, in the end, I think Westbrook is going to be gone. I don't think Westbrook's going to be a Laker to start the season. Even if Kyrie trade doesn't happen, I think they try to find a place to move him elsewhere, try to do something. Maybe they write it out, and give it a sample size of games and see if Darvin Ham can make it work. But, I mean, you don't want Russ to be a headache. Russ is going to play. Russ is going to show up. I'm not worried about Russ just, like Kyrie, he's the guy that'll sit at home all day and just collect a paycheck and not play for you. Russ isn't that guy. Russ will at least give you playing time. I just think that he's not going to be a bought-in Russ. And before all the Kyrie trade stuff, Russ looked like a guy that was bought in. Right, he's at Darvin Ham's presser. He's saying, he's all excited. He's trying to show that, he can be a different Russ. And I just think that it was too late for the Lakers. I mean, if you can go get Kyrie Irving, you have to get Kyrie Irving, right? I mean, that's a home run upgrade from Westbrook to Kyrie. However you feel about it. I know some people think Westbrook is a better player. However you feel about it, it's not always about who's the best player. It's about who's the best fit. And Kyrie Irving would be the best fit. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think about these mixed reports? What do you think ultimately will end up happening? Do you think Russ starts the season? Do you think he ends up getting traded? If he does get traded, where do you think he goes? Do you think he goes to another team? Do you think it's in the Kyrie trade? Do you think maybe it's the Buddy Hield trade, something along those lines? Or do you think they just kind of ship him to like a Spurs team just to clear his money off the books, get like a $47 million trade exception, and then try to use that during the course of the season to go get somebody else? What do you think ends up happening? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.